I am back from my little hiatus once again because we got some absolutely huge news in the NFL pertaining to my favorite team, the Carolina Panthers. If you don't know by now, the Panthers have traded for the number one overall pick in the 2023 NFL Draft. But I have got to be completely honest with you, man. I feel like we got completely fleeced by the Bears in this trade. Let me tell you why. I pulled up the full trade details, and what we gave up for the number one overall pick was pick number 9 in this year's draft, a second round pick in this year's draft, a first round pick in next year's draft, and a second round pick in 2025, and obviously DJ Moore. The 9th pick, I do not care about losing that at all because there is absolutely no way we get this trade done without including our first round pick for this year. So that doesn't bother me. Then we got pick number 61 in this year's draft. That's another one that I really don't care too much about losing because it's a late second round pick in this year's draft. Yes, it could be very valuable, very beneficial, especially considering that we don't have any receivers now. But that's not too bad to lose in my eyes. But then we include our first round pick for next year. That gets me a little upset because this year we're probably still not going to be very good. So losing next year's pick sucks. Other than us giving up DJ Moore, I'd say that's the worst thing we gave up in this trade. But then again, does this trade get done if we don't include that? Probably not. 2025 second round pick, who cares about that? That's 2 years from now. We don't know what's going to happen in that time period. And then DJ Moore, giving up DJ Moore, man. That's just sad. That's just sad. I love DJ. I'm going to miss him. But it's also such a contradictory move to trade away our best wide receiver when we're trading for the first overall pick in which we are 100% going to get a quarterback. By giving up DJ Moore in this trade, we are going to make life hell for whoever we draft at number 1. Because we could have had a little nice young duo to build around for the next coming years, but now we don't got DJ Moore in that. And another thing that makes this seem worse is we have pretty much no way to get another good receiver, whether it's through the draft or free agency, because nobody wants to come play for Carolina. We lost our first round pick for next year, which we could have used to draft a wide receiver. We screwed ourselves in this trade. So really all the opportunities we have to get a wide receiver now are by getting a steal in the second or third rounds, maybe even later, and by signing somebody in free agency. But like I said, that's going to be challenging because not much people want to come play for Carolina. So we can get a few good wide receiver 2s and wide receiver 3s, but we're just not going to have a true wide receiver 1 unless if Terrace Marshall breaks out into a star, which I'm hoping he does, and I do think he has potential to do. So yeah, Ryan Poles and the Bears absolutely fleeced us in this trade, and this was such a smart trade now that I think about it for the Bears, because they didn't need the number 1 overall pick, because whoever gets the number 1 overall pick, it's quarterback. People are taking quarterback. The Bears don't need a quarterback, so they trade down in the draft with a team that is my team, the Panthers. They got a top 10 pick in the draft with the 9th overall pick, which is still insanely valuable and you can use to get a franchise cornerstone. They also got future assets in the following drafts, as next year they have the Panthers' first round pick. And then bunched together with all of this, you look at the Bears this year, you look at Justin Fields this year. What was he lacking the most? Help. Serious help. And the Bears just got him some true help, a true wide receiver 1 in DJ Moore, man. The Bears, oh my God, this was such a good trade for them. As for the Panthers, I still say it has potential to be a great trade, but right now, in this moment, kind of looks like we got robbed. But yeah, man, that Bears team, specifically the offense, could be very fun to watch this coming season. And they still got a top 10 pick and more assets to improve their team even more. You guys know how the Lions were last season. I can see the Bears being the Lions of this coming season. I really could. A young team that has gone through some tough battles in the past couple years. Things have not been very good for them, but this is the year they finally start to pick things up. They become a very fun team to watch, and who knows, maybe they could be in the playoff race. Bears fans have a lot to be excited for. As for us Panthers fans, I'd still say we have a decent amount to be excited for. We have the number 1 overall pick, who I think is going to be CJ Stroud. I have heard a lot that the Panthers want CJ Stroud, and I think that is 100% the smart pick. I think CJ Stroud is the safest pick. I think he's the most NFL ready. He doesn't have many questions or concerns about him or his game. And for us, the Carolina Panthers, I think he is the right pick for us to make. If for some reason we don't get CJ Stroud, I'd be more than satisfied with Bryce Young, and even Anthony Richardson I'd still be excited about. But Anthony Richardson is at the bottom of that list, though, because even though he has so much potential to be a future superstar in this league, I also feel like he has the biggest bust potential. So let's just lock it in. Let's get CJ Stroud. Let's get our guy. And let's build around him and Terrence Marshall. 2 years ago, we had the chance to draft another insanely talented Ohio State quarterback, which, by the way, was Justin Fields. That's kind of funny. This year, we have the number 1 overall pick. We have ultimate freedom. Let's make the right decision. CJ Stroud, you are a Carolina Panther. But yeah, that's my thoughts on this blockbuster trade. I know free agency has kind of started and there's been some new signings and contracts and all that, and I haven't talked about them. I'm just waiting for like real free agency and trades to start happening so we can get some big moves, and then I could talk about all of them in a big video or big 2 videos or something like that. I'm just being a little lazy, I gotta admit, but I'll break out of it eventually. I hope. That's all I gotta say. Peace.